I'm Sandra at Articadair, and my project for today is this lovely CD case, presentation case. Very often at Christmas time my son always wants CDs or DVDs, and I like to find a way to package them up nicely to give him them as a birthday present or Christmas present. So I've come up with this idea, and you use the envelope punch board, and I've made a little magnetic clasp so it shuts, and you could use these over and over again. If the person doesn't wish to, he could give it to someone else. Anyway, a CD fits in here, and I think it's just a lovely way to present a gift. I've put here a tag with some lovely vellum, and I've used the leaflet framelit dies to cut out these beautiful leaves with a bit of gold cording, and I think that's a lovely way to give a gift. So we're going to get on with that today, and for this project we need our envelope punch board. So I'll get my little tool out. So this is English Garden Designer Series paper I'm using today, and it's cut 9 by 9 inches, and we put it in the punch board, and we're going to score it at 4 3/8 and 5 inches. Oh, hold on, hold the bus. I've forgotten to do my score line down. So we punched it, and now we need to just do our little line down there. Silly me. Right then, carrying on, we now score it at 5 inches and punch and score down. And then I turn it 90 degrees, and I do my scoring on the opposite side. That is the opposite side, yes, that is the opposite side, yes. 4 3/8 again. And don't forget to do the line down this time. And 5 inches. And then I turn it and line up your first score line with that little mark on there. And then you punch again and score down. Move it along to the next score line, which is just here. Punch and score down. Turn it back around and line it up with the other side. Move to the other line. Right, so now we need to neaten up our corners, give them a nice rounded off edge. So we put that in the other side and punch down and get our lovely rounded off corners. So that's the envelope board used and out of the way. So we bring that in, and then we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines. I just think that this is a lovely way to give a gift. This today will be obviously is for a birthday, using the lovely English garden paper. This would obviously be suitable for a lady. And it's so easy to create, takes no time at all, and you have just a lovely way to give a gift. Right, so that's our scoring done, and then I always look to see which way I want the top to be. So I think I'll have my top that way up. So I'm going to pinch the CD out of here, because I find it helps if you put your CD in, it helps you to line up. And there's something I've forgotten. We need to cut up this side just one notch, and that little flap I tuck in. I think it looks neater done that way. But on the top part where you open it, I cut that little corner out completely. I think that just, you don't need that. So we'll cut that out. She says as she nearly chops her fingers. These scissors are so sharp. Right, get rid of the bits. Right then, now we put our CD back in, tuck in your little edges and fold over, bring that back up there, and so now we're ready to glue. So I'm using fast fuse today, but you could use Tombow or tear and tape, whichever you prefer. So I run a little bit down this edge here and off, and the same the other side, and off, and then you just, it's got a mind of its own today, it wants to stick down itself. So that way, and then this part goes over the top, so that looks lovely and neat. And then that's our box done. Lovely fit. So now we want to do the little magnetic clasp. So I've got my neodymium magnets here, which are extremely strong little things. And I'm just going to see if I can peel 2 away, which I've just about managed. And we get our glue dots, and using our glue dots, pick up a glue dot, hold your magnet down or it'll move, and put the glue dot on. Oh, it's sticking to my nails now. Right then, so we put that on the lid first. I position it about 3/4 of an inch down, 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and the 2 are together. I've left the 2 together. You put a glue dot on the top one, like that. Doesn't want to stick. And then, in order that you get it in exactly the right place, press that down firmly. And what we're going to do now is we're going to carefully lift it off, because these are so strong that we don't want to rip the paper. So then I'm going to get the coordinating paper that we used, and I'm just looking for my circle punch, and we're using a 1/2 inch circle punch, and we're going to cut 2 little circles out. And then using our glue dots again, we're going to stick that over that side, so I'm using the paper that matches that side, and then a glue dot on the other one, and I'm going to position it so that it's got that same pattern. Try and make it look as though it blends, and then that's that close done, and that very nicely snaps together. Like that. So that's that part done, and now we need to do our little sentiment on the front. So I've used the nice border punch and cut myself 2 little pieces, one in the coordinating paper, which I've just used the flip side of the designer series paper because I think that the colours go nice. So I've done that and used this little border punch, this little tag punch, note tag punch, punched that out twice, That's width is 2 inches and this width is 1.5. And then I've used the triple banner punch and put both pieces in so that they give a nice edge. So this one was half an inch, this piece was half an inch longer, so this started off at 4 inches long and this piece started off at 3.5 inches long, and then that's the two pieces that I've got to come together. So put that out of the way. Now I want to just stamp a little sentiment on here, so I've got my stamp set here called Endless Birthday Wishes, and I've taken the sentiment that says birthday wishes out of there, and using my Marina Mist ink, I'm going to ink that up. Just going to use my little pad, because when you use photopolymer stamps you need to use this little pad that Stampin' Up sell. You get a better image that way. So ink up my stamp. I think that's got a good ink on it, and I'm just going to position this off at a jaunty angle, so like that, and I think that's good. I'm happy with that. Put that to one side before I stick my fingers in it. Right then, so I'm just going to get this lovely silver corded ribbon and cut a length of that. So I reckon we need about something like 5 or 6 inches. And thread that through. And just tie that off in a little knot. I think that's good. Hope you can see that. Tie that off in a knot, and then I want to put some little flowers on there so that it coordinates with this lovely paper. So what have I done with my punch? Right, I've got some pool party cards stock, and using one of my little itty bitty accents punches, I'm just going to punch out about 3 of these little flowers, and then using this little mat again, I'm going to put the end of my, can you see, I'm going to put the end of my pokey stick to just lift them up a little bit onto the gift. So I hope you could see me doing that. Let me do that third one to just show you again. You just put it straight in the centre, and that just gives your flower a little bit of a lift. So then we're going to put some glue dots on those. Like that. We're going to put them on our little gift. And there. And then just to be different, I'm going to put one on here. And then if they've pressed flat, you just pinch them upwards with your fingers, and that will give them a nice bit of lift again. Only they seem to have flattened down where I put the glue dots on the back and stuck them on, so we just give them a bit more of a lift like that. And then I'm going to get my lovely basic pearls, and I'm going to put one in the centre of each, just to make them look pretty. That's it. Another one, centre up there. And then I fancy a little ribbon bow, so I've got this called Hello Honey ribbon, and I've cut a piece off and made a lovely little bow. And getting a glue dot, I'm going to just position that on the gift, make sure it's the right way up. I'm going to put that there, position that on my gift on the little glue dot, and then I'm going to put my bow about there. I think looks good, so I'm going to put a little glue dot on that. I think a couple of glue dots will be good, make sure it sticks, and then I'm going to put that on there like that, and I think that looks very sweet. So that's our project made today. I hope you enjoyed that project. If you'd like to go on my blog and see other projects I've made, that's great. Don't forget about the Great Christmas Cracker giveaway that I released a couple of days ago, and if you'd like to enter the competition you can still enter, and I'd love to hear from you. So until the next time,